Here's a list of the top 10 fastest women in the world for 2023. On this list, we have many very familiar names that have run incredibly well for the previous few seasons. There's the GOAT herself, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. There's the world number one, Sha'Carri Richardson at 10.65. And there's the NCAA champion from St. Lucia, Julian Alfred, with a season's best of 10.83. Many of these women have run incredible times and are bringing some serious speed to the track in this year's World Championships. However, ranked at number 2 and 3 in the world right now are Sha'Carri Richardson and Marie-José Tallou. And even though they have not clashed so far in 2023, we are almost guaranteed to see these two hyper-competitive sprinters finally collide in this year's World Finals. Now, with personal records of 10.71 for Richardson and 10.72 for Tallou, they actually are ranked as two of the top 10 fastest women of all time. And throughout their racing history, they have had various back and forths throughout their careers.
Lineup is gonna
back
be
in the
crazy
2019 Prefontaine Classic, we actually saw Marie-José Tallou and Richardson clash for the first time.
Everybody on
for
that
this
lineup
race, Tallou actually came out on
beast.
top with a time of 11.02, with Richardson finishing in second in 11.15. Now, so far throughout their careers, Tallou has won a total of 5 of these matchups, with Richardson coming out on top in 3 of these competitions. However, they were actually supposed to race in this year's USATF Los Angeles Grand Prix, but in a very strange twist of fate, both athletes pulled out of this race just moments before they met in the finals, which, looking back on it, was kind of strange seeing that they were both supposed to run in this event, but it actually only increases the drama heading into this year's World Championships. Throughout this entire season, Marie-José Tallou has not lost a single 100-meter event, taking down very big names such as Sha'Carri Richardson. And there's actually some very interesting history when it comes to Marie-José Tallou. Since the early 2000s, only athletes from either Jamaica or the United States have won either the World Championship Finals or the Olympics in the women's 100 meters, which really showcases a deeper level of dominance from these two countries. However, representing the Ivory Coast, Tallou has been very close on various occasions.
Jamaicans
However, she comes into this
gonna
event
get their
with
heart
an
broken
undefeated
this
season,
year,
and
man.
she's also looking very strong
week.
over the second half, which is almost a mandatory requirement to see success in this level of competition. Now, incredibly, Tallou has run under the 11-second barrier on 8 separate occasions this season, with her season's bests coming from 2 separate events, as she ran a 10.75 in this year's Bislett Games in Oslo, Norway, and then just 2 weeks later, she ran a time of 10.75 seconds once again
when she beat Miss Jackson.
If Tallou can somehow manage to come out on top and win the gold medal in this year's World Championships, it will be one of the most impressive gold medals of all time. But looking to also break up the party and really showcase her talents in her first global competition, Sha'Carri Richardson is coming into this event with some serious fire. And if there is anybody in the world right now that looks as though they could do something shocking, it just might be Sha'Carri Richardson. Now, she has run under the 11-second barrier for many separate races. In fact, for every race that she's competed in, she has broken the 11-second barrier, including the qualifying rounds, and this year's United States Championships. However, unlike Tallou, she has lost one race, and that came in this year's Hungary Athletics Grand Prix, where she ran a time of 10.97, losing to Julian Alfred, who ran a time of 10.89. Now, the other interesting thing about these two sprinters is their age difference. At the moment, Sha'Carri Richardson is 23, and this again will be her first global competition under legal conditions. And juxtaposed to her age is Marie-José Tallou, who is currently 34, and she has tons, and I mean tons, of international experience. She's finished in the top 8 in 4 separate Olympic Games, she's a 2-time World Championship silver medalist, she's won a World Championship bronze, she's a 3-time All-African Games winner, and another thing about Tallou, she is very good at running through the rounds, which, given her experience, will certainly help her in 2023. But Sha'Carri Richardson actually seems to struggle just a little bit when it comes to rounds running, because in this year's US Championships, she only got slower as the rounds progressed, running times of 10.71, followed by 10.75, and then a finals of 10.82. Now, it's really anyone's guess as to who will win this year's World Championships, because it's not just Richardson versus Tallou, even though that is a very dynamic and exciting matchup. We also have Jackson, we also have Fraser-Price, and we also have another undefeated athlete in Julian Alfred. But many people are saying that Sha'Carri Richardson and Marie-José Tallou will undoubtedly be battling for a medal position come this year's World Championships, and upon seeing that race, I can barely contain my excitement because this field is looking stacked. There's so many different kinds of runners from many different levels, and honestly, I think both Tallou and Richardson have a great shot at mounting the podium. And now
Richardson is gonna win.
Who do you think is going to win this year's women's 100 meters in the World Championships? And where do you think Sha'Carri Richardson and Marie-José Taylor
100
will
meters
place in this year's World Finals? Leave your thoughts
gold
in the comment
medal
section down below. Thanks for watching, everyone. And as
home
always,
team.
until next time.
The Jamaicans' brain is over. It's over. It's over.